Like,
Hey, guys, welcome back to the Deep Threats, where
Jesus
most
Christ.
here already know that we only talk football and football all the footballing time.
You want to do politics one day? Not on the show, like a different show. We'll do a different show.
We'll do a different show.
We'll call it Tagging Your Sister.
But before we do, like, God, man, you got me like so far ahead. I had like a whole little skit going on.
I know. I saw his notes, and I did this on purpose.
All right.
Got
all the times we go a little far down the rabbit hole. Today's show might get a little worked up because we are going to have one of those rabbit hole days.
You have a rabbit hole?
Right? Where you can follow the bouncing bunny wherever he goes. You like that one? All right. But before we do this, let's check into our wonderful Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Johnny, how was your day?
It's been all right.
Like the White Rabbit? Do you have
just another day. How about...
It's an Alice in Wonderland joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke. Sorry, John. I want to know how was your day? How was work?
I don't care about work.
Is work.
Just how was your day?
It was okay, but
that
was mainly consists of work. So
yeah, come on.
It was okay.
All right, Steve, how was your day?
Sucked. Work sucked.
God, you gotta fix that.
Why? What's wrong with my face? Oh God, look at it. It's so ugly. Anyway, now work. I
don't care about work. How was your day?
Yeah,
positive. You staying upright? You staying? You know.
No, I was balls deep in my machine all day.
You doing good?
Oh,
you're doing good.
Balls deep.
All right.
Doing great.
So obviously,
hopefully you're here. Get in chat. We love you guys. We want to hear. I want to hear your insight on this topic today. This has got to be a group conversation because this is free balling. We're shooting from the hip here.
So this is definitely going to be a group conversation. We actually did a pivot today.
Pivot.
Because what happened was nothing, to be honest.
I mean, Elijah Moore.
We lost Wheels, wonderful Wheels.
He died. Just kidding. He's just sick.
Are you are you working on that camera?
I tongue punched him.
We never see the ceiling ever.
Why do we? Oh, there you go.
That's as low as I can go. So
we'll do it live.
Can you go? Sorry guys, I'm off the mark today.
Yeah, he's goofy.
So what we're gonna do today is we're going to jump into some news, some talk about quick signings that have happened in the NFL. We're gonna go over kind of what that means to some of these teams and if it's even a good move in general.
I miss this ledge.
And then on top of that, we are going to do They Mean Well, and then we're gonna get into a little bit of debate topic today, talking about what makes a good receiver and who we think our current best receiver is in the NFL. And why.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
And that's kind of what we're going to go through. It's all right.
I got to pivot from that. I didn't want to say that guy. I just said a name.
Damn it. You know what? That's why I asked the question. And by the way, stats aside, it's just not a stats conversation. This is a why do we think this is a good, like if I pick the team, why do I want this guy on my team?
I mean, I could
and
try.
What makes him the best? You don't have to pick that guy.
No, I can try to make an argument. I can try and make an argument.
So that's the conversation we're going to have here today, and I want to have some fun with this. So if there's anybody in chat, please chime in. Let us know what you guys think is a good receiver. And
we want to know.
This is not fantasy aspects. This is like, you know what? If I had a high school football team, like I would love to have this guy on my team. Here's why.
High school?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying high school.
I'll take Rashard.
Are we going back to elementary school when we're picking our own team?
High school team.
Stop it. I don't. Stop it. So that being said, what's your name? Johnny.
Jeez.
Can you get us into the signings for the day?
The mic.
I don't have anything for the signings of the day.
Well, no, just like the
big thing was the trade that Cleveland just did with the Jets.
Well, you had the signing for. Didn't we say somebody just got signed to the Jets?
Like a receiver? No, they just lost one.
Yeah, they just lost Elijah Moore.
They're still trying to get Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Aaron said he'd be playing for the Jets by like last Sunday.
Honestly,
man,
it was a Wednesday.
Hardman, that's right, Mecole.
Thank you.
He did go to the Jets.
Yeah, Mecole Hardman went to the Jets, and we were having a conversation off the air that was saying they had 5 wide receivers. The wide receivers were Alan Lazard,
Mecole.
Well, before Mecole, it was
Elijah.
Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, and
Corey Davis get traded?
Garrett Wilson.
No, he's probably just going to get dropped.
Yeah, he's probably going to get cut.
Someone's going to pick him up.
I actually said Corey Davis to Cleveland before. I didn't think they were going to trade a second-year player. He's going in his third year. He's going into his third year.
Yeah, he wasn't happy last year. I mean,
last year when they drafted Garrett Wilson, he said he wanted out because he became third string.
Yeah. Well, now Garrett Wilson's going to be 1 with Corey Davis being cut, presumably. And then you're going to have Mecole Hardman and Garrett Wilson?
Yeah,
Mecole Hardman has proven that he's not necessarily reliable.
So Mecole Hardman over 4 years, I think the stat line I saw was somewhere around 2,800 yards and 20 touchdowns. I'll take that.
4 years?
That's pretty good over 4 years. You're averaging 5 touchdowns a year.
Oh, that's right. Lazard went to the Jets. I forgot about that. I mean, yeah, but does that move
Lazard
needles?
was the first thing I said.
Did you say Lazard?
Yeah, that was the first receiver I said.
Whatever.
That kid that's in chat is just sick.
So in his career, he has 2,088 yards on 151 receptions, which is 13.8 yards per reception, and 220 targets with 16 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, he's good. He's good.
I mean, he's okay.
He's good.
He's not a true two. He's a 3.
He's mid.
No, and he's our 3.
Wait, are you talking about?
No, sorry. No, you're right.
Hardman.
No, Miko Hardman. No, he's their 3. He's their 3.
Hardman.
Yeah, he's mid.
He's their 3.
He's mid.
Alan Lazard's their 2. Alan Lazard's their Juju, right? He's going to be a big receiver, can stretch the field, but he's more of a route runner for Aaron Rodgers.
I can't say that Juju's the 2 because
Garrett Wilson is the number 1.
Juju in Kansas City is their 1.
Yeah, Juju is a 2 everywhere he goes. Except
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Well, then who's the 1 in Kansas City?
Travis Kelce.
Not a wide receiver. Wide receiver position.
Bullshit.
What's the 1?
Beg to differ.
I beg to differ too. I think he was leading. He was like the 4th highest.
Kelce always leads because it's just him in Kansas City.
He had the 4th highest receiving yards in the NFL, I think.
Except 2 years ago with Tyreek. Anyways, Miko is a 1 year up to $6.5 million. So, and then with the Browns,
we traded our second.
Yeah, so we traded the 42nd overall for
choking over here.
The Jets' 3rd round pick in 2023, which is the 74th pick, and Elijah Moore.
Okay, I was say it. Don't spray it, bro.
Love it. I love it.
And he was underutilized. And it was funny because literally before the show, and I got a text message from this guy. He showed me the tweet that we just got Elijah Moore. I go, do you think the Browns are going to draft a wide receiver with the 2nd pick?
You know what? I would not have said yes. I would have said an edge player.
But the funny part is, did they not just draft a receiver with the 2nd pick?
No.
They just traded a 2nd pick for a receiver.
Well, they did, yes. By that, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they're going to see what they get in Moore this year. Because you have to, presumably, they're going to put him through his paces. And I think he's going to excel personally. Did you guys see the video of Demetric Felton on his improved route running, which was already elite?
Demetric Felton?
Demetric Felton.
His issue is getting
size.
It's getting off the line.
He's tiny.
He's not good against press coverage.
Well, no, he's
tiny.
And they know that. It doesn't. You can be tiny and still be good with your hands.
Which is funny because he is.
It's not about the size. It's about the motion of the
He's 5'9", 189.
It's about
actually.
That's literally Elijah Moore.
Elijah
5'10", like 180.
180, yeah.
Yeah.
5'10", 178.
Oh shit!
You just said Elijah Moore with an inch. But it's not. But again, it's not about size. It's about the motion of the ocean. Tyreek is what, 5'10"? 200.
I mean, that's the tallest.
195, 200.
He's 5'10", 185.
All right. Yeah, but he's got stupid feet.
He's fast. He's fast. And I think Elijah Moore, I don't know his 40 time, but I'm pretty sure he's fast too.
I liked Elijah Moore over DK coming out. He has that much skill, and he's got a better route tree.
Elijah is 4.32. 4.32 is Elijah's 40.
Oh my god.
His pro day was a 4.34, so.
I'm sorry, it was an unofficial 4.32.
It's all right. Maybe next time you'll look at the right.
Wow.
Sweet Jesus.
It's one of them days, brothers. It's one of them days.
Mother of God.
Official.
I agree. You know what? It's funny.
He did not run.
So.
I like more over Hardman.
I said his
leaps
pro
and bounds.
day.
Leaps and bounds more over Hardman.
His pro day is official. Just because the combine doesn't have a measurement. It literally, according to several in attendance on Ole Miss pro day.
Who doesn't have great
Moore
body
just
control? You
posted
talking about Felton or are you talking about Moore?
I think he's talking about Moore.
Elijah, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Moore.
Wrong.
But here's my issue is, first off, Wheels knows nothing about Elijah Moore. Because in conversation,
he hates Elijah Moore.
He literally is like, I hate this pick. It's a stupid pick.
He said that he's going to be a diehard Bills fan now.
Yeah.
See ya.
What do you mean? Oh no,
we don't need
fair.
front runners.
What do you mean? A diehard Bills fan?
Yeah, you didn't see that in the group
No,
text?
I was very busy the second half of my day. What do you mean? You were just saying the Bills are falling off the face of the earth, which they are.
So, any other signings? Let's get off the Brownies. Get off Elijah Moore.
That was the big thing that I saw today was just that.
You didn't see that the Raiders lost a linebacker to the Texans?
Nope.
Yep, they did.
Oh, I'm sorry, Denzel Perriman.
Thank you.
It was a 1-year deal.
So Perriman's a good linebacker.
Johnson.
Jags signed Juwan Johnson.
Dearness.
Oh yeah, Dearness Johnson. Well, Juwan Johnson.
But we're
went
talking
somewhere
big
too.
signings. That's not necessarily a big thing. Right
That's
now.
a big thing. I mean, that's a running back. You didn't
They
sign.
signed D'Ernest before Kareem Hunt got a contract, before
Nobody
Eckler got a
I think
contract.
Dearness is 26. I think that's why. And he's not gonna. And Kareem wants $8 million. He wants $8 to $10 million.
No, he's not going to get that.
He's not going to get that. Look at what
Which
these,
is great because he's going to come back to Cleveland on the cheap. Yeah.
Ernest is 27.
So he's a year younger than Kareem.
But
Less miles.
2021 was
Bunch of tread left
the
on the
most
tires.
yards that Ernest had
Because he's a third-string running back.
at 20.
Kareem Hunt's going to get. He's going to get
$4 million.
Yep, from the Browns.
Because look at David Montgomery. What did David Montgomery just sign for?
6 and change. 6.
For like
Was it
2
6?
years.
3 years. 3 years. 18.
Yeah. So like, all these running backs that have been starting are getting $6 million.
That is crazy.
Outside of your franchise, like Josh Jacobs,
What do you think?
franchise tag.
Eckler might get more than that. He might get like 7,
Eckler's
8,
not going to get anything.
which is crazy.
Running backs should not hold out. Le'Veon Bell showed that first.
He did.
Right. The other big signing, I guess, on Sunday was Dalton Schultz. His 1-year deal with the Texans as well, up to $9 million.
Yeah, anybody
up
else?
to $9 million.
Anybody else like crazy looking at the Texans like they're a quarterback away?
No.
Seriously.
No,
They still need receivers.
Well, they need a receiver.
Well, they also signed a receiver.
John, who they got?
they signed Robert Woods and Noah Brown.
Noah Brown. Yeah, no. Those are the two.
Neither one of those guys necessarily move the needle themselves.
You know who would go there?
OBJ.
No, D-Hop.
Oh, actually, I can't see D. I could see D Hop back
did
home.
think that he would make a return.
I didn't even think about it till like 2 seconds ago. I could see D-Hop going back to Houston.
Well, but they would have
And
to
they
restructure
had-
Yeah,
Robert
see,
Woods.
there it is. Nice.
They would have to
picks.
restructure Robert Woods
Well, they have picks.
immediately.
Would they fucking pay Woods?
A 2-year, $15.25 million with 10 guaranteed, and has a max value of 17.
He's not even worth half of that.
You know what? I bet you any money they think Robert Woods is their number one.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Which is
That's a crazy thought.
That's
process.
goofy to me.
The other thing is Laramie Tunsil signed a 3-year, $75 million extension with
Yeah.
50 guaranteed.
Yeah.
In
Now that's
Houston, too.
gross.
Okay, so
Yeah.
something else in news, right? Because what was today?
The 22nd of March.
Ohio State's Pro Day.
Oh shit, was it?
Yeah. So did you know that the Carolina Panthers had 15
Oh yeah.
people at Ohio State's Pro Day?
Why do you need that many guys at one place?
The next one was 9. No, I think they had. Was it 15?
It was 15, I think, then 12, then
Okay.
9. I think was
Why?
the list.
Well, hold
Or it
on.
was 12 and then 9.
Why?
I remember from PF.
Yeah, it might be.
Why do they have 15 guys there?
So, first things first, right? I think the Houston Texans would love to get C.J. Stroud.
I think so too.
I think if they can get C.J. Stroud, they might also go in Jigba.
Which is what I was saying.
You were saying.
For months.
You were saying it.
For literal months. Whatever. This pisses me.
You were saying it. I don't disagree.
Oh, it's fucking annoying. Months.
Alrighty.
Hey, I've been
So
saying
the other thing, real quick, before we get into our topics,
What do you mean?
Gardner Minshew signed a fully guaranteed 1-year, $3.5 million, and has a max value of 5.5 with incentives with the Colts. Compared to their kicker that signed a 4-year, $22.5 million deal, and Gardner's probably going to be their starter.
No,
no.
they're drafting.
Yeah, they're
a guy.
drafting their starter.
But you know what that says?
But Minshew's going to be
Stop.
their bridge quarterback. They're
No.
not going to
Dude,
draft and start.
that-
Yes, they are.
That
They're drafting
screams-
their starter at 4.
Dude, that screams Bryce Young to me.
It does. Yes.
I
That is hilarious.
It might be.
Please ruin
dude,
this.
It might be C.J. Stroud 1 to Carolina.
Anthony Richardson.
Do you-
Anthony Richardson 2.
Do you think they do that? Do you think they go quarterback? I think they don't.
It could go Bryce Young or Will Levis at 4. Just because Minshew is capable of leaving the pocket.
Levis.
So I
would
can
say-
see Will Levis.
Yeah.
I can see Levis.
But I think Anthony Richardson technically, when you sign a quarterback, you got to think.
If Anthony Richardson falls to 4, it's going to be Richardson.
Is that you messing with him? Mike?
Yes.
No. It's going to be Richardson because he'll have big body targets that with massive catch radius, so that if he isn't accurate like all these other
Oh
guys,
yeah, with Isaiah McKenzie now too.
well,
You know what else I saw?
Isaiah McKinnon's ancient.
You know what else I saw?
It's like 28.
PFF.
Yeah.
PFF put out their ranking for not their ranking, their
NFL says 20.
their
He'll be
analysis
20 by the year.
their analysis of CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
And on their cons is that CJ Stroud he has an average arm.
Oh, okay.
Did he not just throw the most accurate long ball at the combine over Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, but I also didn't
Average?
realize that Anthony Richardson had below 55% completion percentage in college.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have anybody to throw the ball to. Plus, I think it was his, first year as a starter, I think.
Something like that.
And he just is what it is. Like
First off, silent death.
That's
Silent but deadly.
I mean, PFF is overrated, but I mean, whatever.
It's not that. It's the fourth for D-Hop. They want a second or a high third. They've already came out and said this.
Hold on. I missed that retarded statement.
Yeah. He said the Houston Texans should give up a fourth for D-Hop.
That is stupid.
So
D-Hop and like $40 million. And next year's 1 and 2. Go look at Richardson. I mean, touchdown, interception. Yeah, like, okay, but like, D-Hop isn't worth a 4. D-Hop's not worth a 1.
Richardson is Cam Newton.
Richardson is Cam Newton.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
They have the money. I get it, but
Cam was
no.
more accurate coming out of college, but Richardson is Cam Newton.
I love how people are giving Cam at the pro day yesterday so much praise for that long
Why was he
pass.
throwing at a pro day? Why was Cam Newton 33, 35 years old throwing at a pro day? I don't know how old he is. I was just
For
playing.
the same reason somebody else used to throw at colleges.
Who?
Oh, no names.
Yes, we're not bringing him up.
I don't know who we're talking about.
We're
San
not
Francisco's
yes.
pastime.
The one that started all the
The one with a fro.
yes.
Oh, well, yeah, no, he's a loser though.
But he was throwing at colleges.
Yeah, because he was trying to get back in the league. Oh,
And then hosted his
Cam
own
wants
day.
back in.
So there's rumors. There's rumors. And these are rumors. If Ryan's watching,
No,
these are
maybe.
rumors that Cam could be signed to the Ravens as a backup just for the situation.
Did you see Did you see his thing that he said that there's not 32 quarterbacks better than him?
You're right. There's 45.
There's a lot more.
Baker's better than Cam right now. I'll take that to my grave. Do you remember Cam when he came back to Carolina?
He was bad.
He was bad.
I have.
You remember that first touchdown? I'm back. I'm back.
I have a meme for Sunday that we'll talk more.
Well,
about.
sure. Let's get into the Amy Well today.
Yeah, why don't you do
right.
that?
Let's see who we got.
So
What?
Is that a man?
Did he cut his hair?
who?
Is that Tilo?
Oh no! Don't get ahead.
Oh, dude.
The first one.
Do your job.
What do you mean? Do your job?
No, go ahead, read.
So the first one is about Dalton Schultz's.
On the move.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
About him leaving. I'm trying to pull.
Can you read it?
Yes,
Sweet
I'm trying to
God.
pull it for you. Jesus Christ. Hey Dalton, what am I now? The Cowboys? No, I'm a team that doesn't win in the playoffs. What's the difference?
Ouch.
And the other one is
Such a knock on Dallas.
It is.
and the other one is Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence swapping hairstyles.
What?
Yes.
He looks like a.
Yes, that is Mac
That
Jones.
is Mac's face. Oh my God, he looks like he went to Hogwarts.
Hold on.
Billy Amos!
I'm going to say something super controversial.
Expectro Patronum!
That's a dude.
Yes.
That's Mac Jones.
No, look, you take the hair
Yes.
off. That is definitely Mac Jones' smile. That is definitely
Yes,
Mac
that's
Jones,
Mac
bro.
Jones. The first comment was,
Yes.
yes,
Exactly.
what you're
Yes.
Oh,
thinking, Steve.
Yeah. It's a hot dude.
What's the
Yes.
first comment?
It was.
Yeah, why don't you read it off?
I'm not reading it off.
Yeah, why don't you read it off?
Pretty much saying he could get it as a woman.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta see what's below the neck. I don't need a face.
Oh, wow. Oh, Lord.
That one's for the crowd. Sorry, guys.
What's that one meme? Oh, hell no.
All right, so I don't know if, like they said, there was a few signings for defensive backs and corners. Like that's why I asked you to pull up the NFL Network and see what the signings were since our last show.
Sweet mother of God. You know what he meant.
Since our last show. Just because, oh, that looked like a pop collar.
Yeah, what are you popping your collar for?
No, it's
What, do you think you're
whatever.
better than me? You
think?
popping your collar? Could you? See, I don't have a collar. I do like that shirt, though.
Yeah, that's free.
It's actually a nice.
It was free.
Was it really?
Yeah, have you not seen me wear anything outside of a volleyball shirt?
Nope. I didn't realize you liked volleyball that much.
I play a lot.
Yeah, Preppy KJ.
Whatever, Poppy KJ.
Oh, okay. 80s KJ.
No, I look like Mac Jones.
No.
Actually, I'm never going to say that again. So.
Yeah, same. I don't need a face either.
All right, so I had a question earlier, right? I had a question earlier for you.
For who?
And you.
Oh.
Well, actually, it was for the chat, but you were in the chat, and it was directed at you because you were going to be the one on the show with me today.
Let's go.
If you had a receiver that you wanted to take for your team to start, like your go-to guy, like this guy is going to be your receiver. He's the best receiver in your mind for all of these attributes. Stats aside, because we know that every receiver is a little bit dependent on their quarterback.
That's fair.
Stats aside, who in your mind do you think is the best receiver, and why is that? What is the makeup for him to be your best receiver?
Receiver 1.
So the question is, right? So like
if I was starting a team,
X or Y, what would you take first? So your outside or your inside guy, and why do you take this guy?
I'd probably start outside first.
And it has to be a current player. Just precedent.
Yeah, it
he
can't
has
be
to be
Megatron
a current
or-
player.
Randy Moss.
So he's not in college.
Oh, man.
He's not in college.
You just beat me to it. No, I'm just kidding.
He's not in college, and technically he could be a person that's capable of playing today, but is not already announced retirement.
Not already announced it. Okay. So in the chat earlier, I said somebody different, and
Or say the person you said, and
so I
explain
said
why
I said
initially.
Debo, but Debo I would not have outside on a regular basis personally. Who I'm thinking of currently, because he's done it with 2 different quarterbacks who had to rely on him, is AJ Brown.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
I like his size. I you know what's funny? Waddle too. I don't hate Waddle. AJ Brown can play inside, but that's not necessarily his strong suit. He's got good hands. He's got great hands actually. He's fast enough to win matchups, to win 1-on-1s. Yeah, see, John put this together last second, and I messed him up.
Very last second.
I like AJ Brown. He showed that he can revitalize Ryan Tannehill's dog shit career. He's almost single-handedly, but he 100% helped Jalen Hurts keep his job.
Is that Christian McCaffrey?
Young, good, upset.
Where?
No, it's DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's DJ.
God, it looks like CMC.
It's CMC wore 22.
Oh, that's right.
God, he does look light skinned there.
Yeah, like that looks like a white receiver. Are you sure?
Yeah.
He's light.
That's not going to go well in a certain community.
Well, it is what it is. Listen, we're being honest here, and you guys are all thinking it too.
All right. So the reason why I asked this question earlier, and it's just a serious question because, like, if I'm a coach and I'm drafting a guy, right? My question is, because I've been a coach in other positions, and when I look for a captain and a player,
A captain,
and a player, I look for a leader. I look for a leader, right?
Okay.
And when it comes to offensive production outside of your quarterback, your receiver is probably the guy, because running backs are more quiet.
I mean, typically
They're more quiet because they're hard-nosed guys. They're always going to put in the work. The training they have to go through is probably a little more intensive because they take the impacts, they take the hits. Not just that, it's a lot of these guys are ground and pound. They're not receivers outside of like Debo, which we consider out like wide back.
Yeah.
He considers wide back.
And then the other thing is like, I saw this tweet earlier today.
Okay. Is this what made you think of this?
This what made me kind of drive to this statement, and
Okay.
I actually responded to this tweet on Twitter. I don't know if you have my Twitter on there or not.
I do. I just didn't see it.
But
I had a really busy second half.
So this gentleman, I don't remember his name, and I want to ascribe it if Johnny can find it. Brought up this tweet.
You're maybe look it up now.
And it ran through guys 40 times.
Okay.
So the fastest 40s in the past like decade or past 5 years or something like that. And none of the receivers have ran for over 1,000 yards. And my first thought, or not ran, received for over 1,000.
Oh, you know
You
what?
sent
Hold
the
on.
group text on Twitter.
Yeah, you did. I did see that too.
And my issue with that is, right? No, it's on Twitter. It's literally, I'm having a conversation with a gentleman on Twitter about it. I just wish I remember his name. But like they took Henry Ruggs out of it and said, if not Henry Ruggs, then Curtis Samuel. And here it is, right there. So my issue with this statement is that it doesn't take into account the type of player they are.
I mean,
again, as I said,
it's a very skewed stat.
Henry Ruggs should be number one.
Listen, hold on. We don't understand why you said that, but that's shitty.
And he said, look at this.
They're all one-trick ponies.
If you look at the next tweet in that file, he straight up says, if I take Henry Ruggs out, Curtis Samuel's in. And my statement was...
No, that doesn't fit.
No. Well, no. My statement is that I'm pretty sure Marquise Goodwin had 1,000 all-purpose yard season. It doesn't matter. Here,
I mean, that's goalpost.
What? So, no. He put receiving yards, and I said what you're trying to do is say that receivers with fast 40s are bad receivers. And I disagree with that because receivers do many things on the offense. They don't just receive the ball.
Well, look at Tyreek Hill.
Right.
That's all you got to say.
Well, not even that. Look at Devin Duvernay. Right?
Metcalf.
Devin Duvernay is a guy that plays in the screen game, and he runs out of the backfield a lot. Look at Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel might not have 1,000 yards receiving his entire career because of his rushing yards.
Yeah, he's
still saying
he's
to me,
he's still different.
What you're saying to me
I
is
get what
that
you're saying with that.
Deebo is not a good receiver because his rushing yards he should not account for. And it's like I disagree with that because Curtis Samuel. I don't think it was this year or last year. I think it was 20. Was it last year? He had like 800 some odd receiving yards and 200. I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was 2020. He had like 200 and odd rushing yards. So are we just not counting for all of his on-field production?
I mean, Deebo Light. I mean, yeah, you miss with that, but
and that's my argument. So like, the question is, what makes a good receiver? Right? That was my question to you. And I think a lot of us have an issue with receivers when they don't have breakout 1,000-yard seasons. A 1,000-yard season is very rare. Now, it's becoming more and more common. The more and more the league is becoming a passing league.
Yeah.
But a 1,000-yard season is extremely rare. And if you look down this thread, there is another tweet that shows, like you would have to go down this thread. There's a graph where a gentleman brings a tweet up for average receiving yards and the production, and right around a 4.46 or a 4.45,
yeah, your
receiving yards are around 850, and there's over like that one right there. So like if you can zoom in, I don't know if you can or not.
As much as I
can.
Zoom
in on the screen share.
This is as far as
widen the screen share.
Interesting. Yeah, I want to read that. Because now you got me curious.
So if you bring this up, if you look right there, so like you see, so 4.2 to 4.24, there's only 2 receivers in the last 4 years, and those are their combined yards. But if you go down and you look around the 4.4 to 4.2, like receiving yards through 4 years is 1,000. So you hit a nice peak.
69 receivers.
And it's 69. That's your average receiver. That's your average receiver.
And they're basing this off of their combine day 40s?
I'm assuming it's based off their official 40s. So whether it be combine or pro.
Yeah, he didn't specify, but that's also what my assumption would be.
Right.
Interesting. Okay, hold on.
Thank you, Wheels, for the good one. 2017, 56 receptions, 962 yards. And that's a lot of yards for 56 receptions.
Right.
Yeah.
And
because he's a deep guy, he always has been.
And 44 rushing yards and 3 TDs, 1,006 scrimmage yards.
I mean,
which I say all-purpose, not scrimmage, so I apologize.
I understand both. I used to get confused with that, but I mean, like that's 6 yards. Dude was a burner. That's all he is. But that's what all of those guys are. Not any of those guys are route runners. True route runners.
No, they're burners. And
exactly.
That's how they're utilized.
I agree. I agree. They become one-trick ponies because that's what everybody. What the hell is that? That's what everybody says they are.
And so back to my original statement, right? So, what do you pick as a coach? Like, do you think? Because to me, Odell Beckham is a X receiver. He's an outside receiver, but he plays better in the slot. Do I have that backwards?
No.
Okay.
X is outside. Slot or
Y is inside. All right.
Inside.
That's where I need Ryan to harass me.
Is it Y or Z? I know X is your guy.
I think it's X, Y, and Z.
Guy.
There's X, Y, and Z.
H and Y, I think, are inside guys.
What the fuck is H?
That's
tight end.
I mean, tight end could be Y.
That was what I played when I was in.
If I were, it was funny because I was originally thinking about this. Right? You said Debo, and you didn't understand the question, and I get that. But my first thought,
even then though, like I would still take Debo.
Was based on intangibles. My first thought
I'll take AJ Brown first.
Was DK.
Why?
But DK. Well, here's my issue. As a locker room guy, I don't like DK.
Why? Is he a loudmouth?
No,
so he's thinking
a
more
little
than
too
just
subtle.
on the field.
He's a little too subtle. He doesn't talk much. He's more of a partier off the field. He's just a guy that enjoys playing football. So I don't. That guy's not going to lead my receiving core in my mind thought process. Like that's
okay.
not.
I would say AJ Brown's a little mouthy now.
Well, and you know what I like about AJ Brown was when you said it, I was kind of mad because AJ Brown said he'd take less money to go further.
Oh
right?
Wow, that's crazy! I did not know that. That's a big plus.
He said pay Jalen Hurts.
Big plus.
So I'll restructure to pay Jalen Hurts. So my thought process now is
possession receivers. You're right, Wheeler.
And well, so that was going to be my next statement. I hate you, Wheeler. My next statement was going to be like Patriots, right? Tried and true, right? Wes Welker, Edelman, Amendola.
You know who he's going to say?
Deion Branch.
Larry Fitz.
Those are slot guys.
Larry Fitz.
That's why I asked him X or Y receiver first.
Larry Fitz is next.
Because you said based just solely earlier was just solely on talent, not anything around.
I didn't say talent.
He's retired though. That's why I didn't take him.
It has to be current. The argument was current because in a heartbeat I would take Larry.
Who the hell is a current guy that's even remotely close to Larry?
The other guy would be, and I don't like what he's done in the last 3 years, which is why I have an issue.
We're gonna fight about this.
Is Julio Jones?
No.
And it sucks because in the last 3 years, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, because he's not a fan. He's nothing. He's been nothing.
Yeah, but he's been.
But
I said current players. I didn't say current production. That's why I said take all of the stats out of the way and just see the player. See the player.
I would argue that T's probably closer. He's got good hands.
I like T.
His yak is not great, but that's fine.
I like T.
But he's a decent route runner. He's got great hands. I think T fits that.
Does T improve everybody around him also?
Yeah. I mean, Jamar Chase is presumably he's like a one-trick guy.
What you say he's a one-trick pony. I think we'll never know.
His route running is better than I give him credit for.
We won't know until T's gone.
Well.
But look at was it Blake Irwin?
You talking about Hayden Hurst?
No, Blake Irwin. Their white receiver on that team. Blake Irwin's
I thought Blake Irwin's a tight end.
There's a receiver on that team. His name's Irwin. It might be something else.
Okay.
But is a white guy, long hair.
Well, I don't know his name, but I believe you.
And then you have Tyler Boyd, and Tyler Boyd's been there since T's been there.
Yeah. Tyler Boyd's been there longer.
He won 1 year longer.
Is it really only 1 year?
Each guy got drafted consecutively a year after.
I thought Boyd's been there a minute.
So like Jamar Chase has been there a year longer than T. T's been there a year longer than Tyler Boyd.
I thought it was Boyd Higgins.
Boyd Higgins. Jamar.
Boyd Higgins Chase.
Boyd Higgins Chase. Yeah, that's what I said.
You said Boyd Chase.
I said Chase is
whatever. That's semantics.
So the number 2 for me, and this kind of goes downhill now because.
Okay, so your one was who? Was DK.
Well, my first thought process was DK. Like it instantly, if I said I wanted to go get a guy, it'd be DK. He's a big body. I like bigger body guys. He's a huge target receiver.
Yes.
He's more of a possession guy, but he is a one-trick pony because he's a downfield guy.
I went AJ Brown because he's larger. He's got good hands. He can run routes, and he comes across the middle. And
I know that this guy is dedicated in the weight room. I know he's dedicated in the locker room.
Yes, he is.
He's a hard worker, and I know that he's not going to stray all of my other players off like a different path.
Like OBJ.
Maybe going out partying.
Antonio Brown.
Baker.
AB. Baker.
Like these guys go out and party and screw around, and it's not football all the time.
No.
Like we pay more attention to football than these guys, which is
asinine.
Absurd.
Because I'm
now granted we might not know the playbook the way they do.
No, some of them don't either.
So my next guy was
Ask Cam Newton.
And yes, he got like 4 plays in him. Whoa! Stop doing that to him.
Fucking got that guy. Dude won an MVP.
That's why Cam can
Jesus
do whatever
Christ.
he wants at pro days because he gets to call whatever he wants to do. So he ran around 15, 20 yards
was it at
in
least
the
his own
backfield to
college?
just chuck
Yes, it was
at
Auburn.
All right.
Still,
So
Still dog shit.
my other guy was And Wheels hasn't said anybody.
So your one was
Wheels
DK. No, Wheels said T. T and Waddle are gonna be his two.
Ooh, well, see, Waddle to me, it's too soon. It's too soon to really judge him.
I mean, as a slot guy, I do like Waddle.
But
personally.
to be honest to God, like if I were to pick a guy and it were like in my era, and no one would probably like this, it's Wes Welker.
Man, I thought you said not retire. I thought you said current
I said
player.
if I were to pick
I might
a
as
guy,
well say
no,
Brian
no, no.
Hartline too.
No.
Great route
I said
runner.
if I were to
Stop it!
He's not a great route runner. He's a horrible route runner.
No,
he was
a great
awful.
He's
in
a
the pros.
horrible route runner. He is a straight line guy. One cut, straight line. That's what Brian
and he
Hartline
was not fast.
And he was a track guy. He was fast.
No, not
He was
that
a track
fast.
guy. But no. I said if I
Coach
had,
Hartline, please come on the show. I messaged you.
I said if I had to, right, it would be Wes Welker. Okay, but because I have to, I told you current.
Is it
I told you
because
current.
is it because he could take like 4 concussions a game and still go catch the ball? And because he kept his mouth
thought
shut
that
and he
guy
let his
was
team in the
Hunter
locker room?
Renfro.
Ooh.
So Wheels,
But it hasn't.
DK has 1 extra year compared to T, so it's going to be kind of skewed.
My other thing is, so the guy that I loved and Ryan loved and my buddy Brandon loved and everybody loved him, Stephon Diggs. Hard working. Now, when he went to Buffalo, after the debacle I saw on the sideline at the end of that one game that they struggled against, and he was screaming at Josh Allen or whatever, like, throw me the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
No, you can't do that to your quarterback,
Because
especially
that
publicly.
creates animosity in the locker room.
Because if you're gonna do that, you got to dap him up. If you're gonna do that publicly, you got to slap hands, you got to kiss, you got to hug each other, you got to do something to let everybody else know you guys are still boys, or else people are gonna sit here and talk like this on a podcast, and they're gonna say you're a piece of shit.
You can't take out the last year. You got to take out their first year. Just because I'm a dick.
Well, regardless, it's only a 148-yard difference.
It doesn't matter.
And one touchdown difference.
Seriously?
DK is all about yak because he's built like Calvin Johnson. Nobody can tackle him.
Yeah, except he's like half.
T. Higgin is big too, though.
Yeah, no, but like DK, okay, is built like Megatron. That's crazy. When you think about everything Megatron accomplished.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? So,
Damn,
if you go to Megatron's era,
Damn.
Wes Welker's in that era, and I still picked Wes Welker.
I would take Megatron. Damn.
Wes Welker's won Super Bowls.
So if we want
Megatron was, you could argue, man. I know.
And Wes Welker has been the only receiver on that team multiple times.
That's true. Now except for the Randy Moss year, I think he was still there.
Randy Moss and Deion Branch, where there was 2 times.
Deion Branch.
Right. And Brandon LaFell. But do you understand? These are the receivers that were on that team.
I know.
Now, granted, Gronk was a big portion of some of that. So like,
Is this 10-4? What the hell are you doing?
so, and this is why I'm kind of curious because.
Oh, is that live? What are you doing?
Yes. I have to. Anyways.
Sorry.
This is T and DK. So last year's stats.
Yeah.
So T had 75 compared to 90 with DK on 110 to 141 targets. Only an 8-yard difference.
Wow.
T had better yak.
DK had
T had better yak?
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Can we just not simplify the fact that somebody got thrown at 140 times?
I mean,
Tyler Lockett was hurt for what, 3-4 games?
yeah.
So
Yeah. And who's their other receiver? Come on, name him.
Marquise Goodwin. That was it. And
yeah,
Greg
that's right.
Dulcich. Oh no, I'm sorry, he was Denver.
Disley.
No, they had a tight end too. I thought in
Will
Seattle.
Disley.
Disley, that's right.
And now Noah
Oh,
Fant.
big Montana.
it
Well,
was Ben Fant.
it was Fant last year. It was
year.
Fant all year last year. Yeah, but Fant, he's been utilized wrong. He's got talent.
So
Disley's
T had
better.
1 more touchdown and
Disley's better?
4 more catches at 20 or more.
This is
passes.
just more injury prone.
Interesting. Better yak.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What was the yak?
By 2.3 yards.
What was their yak?
T was
13
higher.
point-
T's higher yak than DK.
No, that's
13.9 compared
that's
to
yards
11
per
points.
reception. That's not
That's
yak.
not yak. It's
Whatever.
yards after catch.
Yeah,
That's yak.
Whatever.
T's yak is dog shit.
I don't know.
Like-
It would be next gen stats.
It's
if
like
you wanted to look that up.
3.9. But
Debatable.
no, that's what it actually is. It's something close to that. It's not good.
It's not over 5. Tell you
no,
that.
and that's fine. That's
I
fine
don't- I
because
don't
he
think-
still
I
does.
think, I think DK might be like 4.5 though.
Is it really?
Maybe.
That's not good.
Well, I can't have them upside.
When you're a
They're
one-trick
possession
pony,
guys.
that's not
They're
good.
possession guys.
Damn, man.
They're possession guys. Damn. They're guys that you throw the ball at, they're going to catch and they're going to bring it down. They're your first down
You're
guy.
tickling you're tickling his balls right now because he loves T.
All right, so here's the argument, right?
The balls.
This is why I take Wes Welker over. Well, it's hard because I can't find a guy that's like that in this era.
Wes Welker? Who is a true slot guy that really cannot play outside, that's going to take hit after hit after hit? It was not. It was Julian Edelman. It was back to back. Current. Well, a true slot guy.
Landry.
I think Landry's probably the closest, yeah. Because he's only missed one game up until last season. I don't know what he missed last season.
Was bad.
Next gen stats is only giving me week by week. I can't see stuff.
That's fine. It's not the big deal. But he'd only missed one game his entire career, and that was the COVID game in Cleveland. And he was pissed. He's like, I'm fine. Let me play.
Well, and he had hip surgery, the same hip surgery Odell Beckham had, and he missed the whole season.
Ooh. You know what? I would say Landry's close because he takes just
Landry's
hits,
in
Danny Amendola.
Fitzgerald is his own thing, right? Fitzgerald is his own thing. Current.
Well, hold on. I did not know Danny never had a 1,000-yard season.
No, Amendola was the worst out of those.
Well, yeah, that I knew.
It was Wes Welker, then it went.
Do you know Julian Edelman's
Danny Amendola,
Jewish?
then it went Julian Edelman.
I never knew Edelman was Jewish.
Do you remember when Edelman and Amendola were on the same team?
Yeah.
And then one went to Miami? But they're all the same guy.
Was it Miami or Detroit?
Miami.
Because I know Amendola went to Detroit.
One went to Detroit and one went to Miami.
No.
Amendola went to Detroit.
Edelman never left.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no, Edelman. Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Edelman never
I
left.
thought maybe Amendola went to both. Maybe he went to Detroit and Miami.
Yes,
He
it
might
was
have.
Amendola was with Miami.
Did he
went
finish
to
with
New
the-
He might
England,
have went to
and then
Detroit
to
first.
Detroit.
He might, yeah. I don't know if he was in I don't know where he got drafted.
You know what? I want to Wheeler. Who is the slot now that you would compare to like a Wes Welker? I cannot think of a guy that's just going to take hit after hit after hit.
While you're thinking of that, right? So my intangibles, right? Intangibles for a receiver.
Amendola was Rams, New England, Miami, Detroit, Houston.
Damn, but he was. I'm not an Amendola fan. It was
John was.
It was Edelman.
John was.
I was until after I was more after he left the Rams. But he never had more than 689 yards.
But that's your average receiver. That's your average receiver, though. That is your average
receptions.
That's your average receiver.
85 catches and under 700 yards.
Look at all your if you start looking
That's
through
bad.
like PFF,
That's crazy to me.
that's your average receiver.
I agree. It is a hybrid tight end position. So then who is it? Travis Kelce.
Now, I'm strictly wide receiver. Strictly wide receiver.
All right, well
We're not
then-
going to play this hybrid shit. We're not going to play this tight end that receives more than he blocks. We're not going to play that. It's strictly wide receiver.
No, I don't think there is one. I honestly think that position has been phased out because injury is so prominent, and honestly because concussion has been like thrown in people's faces. Wes Welker, you look back, you saw all of that.
Wes Welker always got up.
Always. Well, he stumbled, but he always got up.
You know who was having that issue? Who could have been one of those guys? He's also in New England.
No.
Devontae Parker.
I did like Devontae Parker.
He was a slot. He was a slot.
And he's a big body slot.
Yeah.
It is true, though. Wheeler, it's true. It's Kelce. Anyway.
No, there's got to be somebody. There's got to be somebody.
Wait, hold on. You're still saying wide receiver? Wait, say it again.
A true slot wide receiver.
I mean,
True slot.
I mean, it would be Debo, but Debo plays outside. He does not play
Amari
slot.
Cooper?
Amari Cooper? No, Amari Cooper's not slot.
You know what's funny is that would be my third guy.
Amari Cooper would be your third?
Because of locker room ability, he shuts his mouth. He's a hard worker.
You know why?
Everybody likes working with him because he pushes everybody to the next level.
He trains his dudes. He shows the kids what's up.
Yep.
He was working with CeeDee Lamb on just separation, on just real quick steps off the line, and I
Look
love
at DPJ with Amari Cooper.
Man, that was you know what?
It was DPJ's best season.
By far.
And Amari Cooper had 1,000 yards in Cleveland.
Oh God!
With Jacoby Brissett.
Oh my God! I got goosebumps. I'm so excited.
So
CD's a slot guy. Yeah, CD's not. I mean, he's CD. But
you know what's funny? If Russell Gage wasn't soft, Russell Gage would have been that guy.
Yeah,
that's Tom Brady. I think that's why he went out and got Russell Gage.
Yeah.
Because Gronk left. He's like, I need a slot.
I need a guy down low that I can throw to.
need a slot. And Russell Gage got injured. And
did you see that hit though? My God! I thought he was crippled. I thought he broke his neck.
I remember you bringing that hit up.
I thought he broke his neck.
Is Russell alive? I was like, what are you talking about? We have a show tomorrow.
I watched that hit. Oh my God. He tried. It looked like it. And then did you see Tom Brady's face when he watched him try and get up? Oh my God.
What about Godwin?
I love Chris Godwin. I do. I have this weird affection for Chris Godwin. And he's not a slot. Chris Godwin can be a 1.
Mike Evans is more of a slot than Godwin.
Mike, I don't know.
The problem is Mike Evans is like 6'5", 220. He's like just such a big
He is
person.
the epitome of a red zone.
He's what
target.
DK should have been. DK struggles because of his quarterback.
DK's faster. DK does struggle because of his quarterback.
I mean, Russell's loved Tyler Lockett, and that's another guy, right? Tyler
Which is
Lockett.
goofy because Tyler Lockett is he's not a one-trick pony, but he definitely is he'll run by you.
I was gonna say Tyler Lockett to me is a very underrated receiver. The problem is Tyler Lockett, like you say, is kind of small. Like
he is small.
Build. So like, it's not.
But I love
think
Lockett.
He's still like 6'1". I just think he's only like 195.
People sleep. I think he's less than that actually. People sleep on
he's
Lockett.
small.
The Lockett haters can lick my nuts.
Well, injuries. I mean, injuries are an issue.
Yeah,
It's so hard because Wan'Dale Robinson was looking to be the guy.
Yeah, but it was his rookie year. It was his rookie
Well,
season.
injury was an issue. Like he was looking to be that slot.
Tyler Lockett is 5'10", 182.
Oh, he's that short?
That's small.
Wow, how small?
That's small.
Elijah Moore small?
Elijah Moore is
5'10".
5'10", 178. You know what? I tell you what, if Elijah Moore could be 3/4 of Tyler Lockett, happy guy.
So for my intangibles, right? If I'm looking at a guy in the draft,
So if you're looking outside, what do you need? Are you okay with the smaller dude that can run routes? Because outside,
I don't want outside first. If I'm looking,
you want a slot guy.
I want a guy
safety net.
I want a safety net first because first downs matter.
I thought about that. They're
First downs matter.
keeping the drive going. I agree. I don't disagree. I guess you know what? I went traditional with it. You want a big body guy outside.
And this is the issue. People fantasize about big body guys because who makes the explosive plays? Big body guy.
That's not entirely
Big
true. We just talked about
18,
Wes Welker.
20 yards
We just talked
downfield.
about-
No. But Wes Welker was not a big play guy.
Who would you say is a big body guy?
I mean, Mike Evans is a big body.
Mike Evans, DK, even
DK's
CeeDee,
massive.
big body.
I mean, Amari Cooper's like 6'3".
Amari Cooper's 6'2", I think. Yeah, he's 6'2".
So I mean, T
Higgins is 6'2", 6'3".
I think CD's 6'1".
Jamar Chase is 6'1", I think. He's not tall.
No, I mean like big.
You guys.
Alec Pierce.
You guys are missing a guy.
How many guys? Devontae Adams was 6'1".
He's 6'1".
Yeah.
215.
Yeah, it's not big.
That's a big body, 6'1", 215.
Around 6 foot, 6'1".
You know what's crazy? I get real greedy.
Give me him.
Not greedy.
And you know
I
what?
said
On the
greedy.
field, I would say.
Well, this is my issue. If I'm drafting a guy, I need a guy that's going to also help
You know
run
what's
that offense.
You know what's funny? We all slept on Devontae Adams. We talked about this, and he can play inside.
It's
Yes.
because of him. It's because of him.
So, but
He's 6'4".
but not so. Other than Devontae, because
I said
his
6'3", Wheel. Shut up.
his contested catch is outrageous.
I like this camera setup. I like this. I'm not sorry. I like this.
Yeah, obviously Packers fan, but
You're a Raiders fan? What?
he
And a Jets fan.
his contested catch rate is outrageous. I don't even have to look it up to know that he catches whatever is thrown.
So
Oh, he does. He's
Regardless.
gross.
A lot
Right.
of what comes down to me, and what he did with being the only receiver in Green Bay that last year.
The last
that
2
was
to 3 years.
No, the last year. Because I think he had Jordy Nelson prior to that.
No, Jordy's been out for a while.
Jordy
I don't
Nelson
know.
was a shell of himself.
He went to the Raiders too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
It's really funny how that works.
Does that
It really,
team just
really is.
constantly do the same shit
It's
over and over?
the Raiders and the Jets, dude.
Yeah.
So, and this is my like personal battle, like being a Cleveland fan.
I bet Robert Tonyan goes to the Raiders.
Oh, he already went to the Bears.
Did he?
Yeah.
Tunion's on the Bears?
Yeah, he signed with the Bears.
Why?
he signed
They have
like
Cole
Saturday.
Kmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. There goes your trade in fantasy.
Why? So dumb.
One's more of a receiver, one's more of a blocker.
That's not true.
That's
Oh
more of
my-
a blocker. So you take.
That's dumb.
I like AJ Brown the best. I really do.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I loved AJ Brown in Tennessee, and outside of injury, AJ Brown's never seemed to complain about the money. They just traded it.
No, like you even said, like he's like, oh yeah, I'll take less. If this dude wants money and we want to win, I'll take less
Tennessee
so that we can
just
win.
traded him
That's
because
crazy.
his contract was coming up. They did the same thing the Ravens did with Marquise Brown. I didn't hear Marquise Brown say he wanted
No,
big
I didn't
money.
hear that either. And you know what's funny is Marquise Brown gets a lot of shit, and I'm one of those guys, but I'll still draft him for my fantasy team. And when he was the only dude for Kyler Murray, he did it. He did it really well, and everybody knew what was going to happen.
Until he got hurt.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the car keeps going, until you have to hit the brakes.
Yep. What about Christian Kirk?
Honestly, I haven't watched enough of him to know. I don't. Is he a slot guy? Is he an outside guy?
I think he's an outside guy.
I
What
actually
about,
genuinely
DJ Moore?
don't.
What about
I
what
don't
about
like
Amon-Ra?
DJ Moore.
What
Dude,
about,
shut up. I'm trying to bring up a cool photo of DJ Moore.
What about
I
Amon-Ra? What about
I like Amon-Ra.
What about DJ Chark? What about
I like.
what about Justin Jefferson?
What did it for me? Man, DJ Moore pisses me off because he has a bunch of talent.
What about Cooper Kupp? That
Actually, Cooper Kupp's probably
the closest to a true slot guy, but he's a burner too.
Cooper Kupp is not. Well,
So,
He ran like a 4.36.
did he really?
Yeah,
Stop.
He's fast.
Cooper Kupp's 40 time. I need that.
I'll pull it up right now.
So, look at DJ Moore has his rookie year was his lowest at 788 yards.
Yeah.
No matter who's his quarterback, no matter who the other weapons are on that offense, he has still produced consistently.
I agree.
With shitty quarterback.
I just don't like.
That's what I'm saying. No matter what
I lied.
quarterback,
4.62.
that's why I'm saying.
That's way slower than a 4.36.
That's why I'm saying, regardless on
Yes, he produces.
who he has around him, which is part of the criteria KJ said,
I'm gonna say something stupid.
is that's why I would say DJ.
I don't like him as a person.
Well,
What did he do?
I don't
What
want
did
him.
he do?
oh no, he almost got taken off of the football team, I think, in college because he was having too much sex.
What?
Yeah, it was one of the things
That's
I
a
looked
great
up.
reason.
That-
to
when
lose-
I was
that's a
looking
great
for-
reason to lose my job.
Yeah, that's a great. I mean, like whatever. You just doing some fucking. I get it. Like no, that's. I didn't even know that.
Yes, yeah, that's
no.
hysterical.
It's the whole like he's too big on himself. Like
When this is the thing, like you're saying
taking the helmet off,
yes.
blowing the game, literally losing them the game against the Falcons.
I think that's being in the moment.
No, that's stupid. That's stupidity.
You've never
Act like you've been there before.
But that's the thing. But
Was it a big play? Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. And the
Golfing.
second he took his helmet off, he just kept with it. He didn't. He's like, oh
just
no.
golfing.
Just golfing?
I made
don't
a
know.
phenomenal iron hit. Put me 2 feet from the hole. Only been golfing for a year.
Did you punch your wife in the face?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess
but only been
I
golfing
guess you
for a
kept it
year.
in your pants for the moment.
But only been golfing for a year.
Doesn't matter.
And it's one of the most quiet sports. And I am jumping up like a little freaking kid
Yeah, but you're not
at
getting
a candy store.
You're not getting paid millions a game to play.
Right.
No, but you don't think the excitement just disappears?
I mean, no.
You think the energy and the adrenaline just bye-bye out the
Would
door?
you want him leading your locker room?
No.
Okay.
And that's why I wouldn't. That's why I'm asking the
Oh,
question.
it's okay. Carolina was going to build the team around him.
No, they
too.
weren't.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Everybody who has a brain knew that was an
By the
absolute
way,
garbage take. I told you they were going to
we've
trade
been
him.
saying that-
I told you
We've
they
been
were
saying
going to
that
trade
since Day
him.
one. We were saying that since day
Months.
one. Yeah, when he came out and said we're going to build our team around DJ Moore, we all were like,
Right.
"That's
Got receipts, bitch.
You don't do that.
Told you.
You don't. You
No,
don't. build your
you don't.
team
You don't
around a
build it
receiver.
around wide receiver. Right.
Right.
It's
You go running
it's your
back or you
quarterback.
go trenches or then you go quarterback.
Told
you
you.
don't ever go around a wide receiver
No,
because
you,
they're replaceable.
You can't. Well, so are running backs. Running backs. You say we have said
That
you,
would have been. Sorry.
You don't put them on. You don't sign them for a second contract.
That would have been the question.
Do you sign running backs for a second contract?
No, the question.
We could do that next Wednesday.
The question.
Or we
should
could do
have
that
been,
now.
Shh.
Who would you give the bank for a wide receiver?
Oh, shit.
Who would you give money for? It would be.
He's going to say Devontae.
I
And honestly, that's actually it's a really
to
good
be
argument.
honest,
Right.
Stephon Diggs. Okay, here's
He already
the thing.
got it.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing. Stephon Diggs. For all the people that love Stephon Diggs, the team's kind of been built. What did Ryan say about that one receiver? Was it Xavier Hutchinson? How the team schemes him open?
No, it was Jalen Hyatt.
Jalen Hyatt?
Yeah. He
How the
doesn't
team
like Jalen Hyatt because he's schemed
schemes him
open.
open. And by
Not-
the way,
not to mention
the
Jalen Hyatt
Alabama
is an
game-
absolute
the Alabama
rocket.
Game, the Alabama game, he was not schemed open. They went to him all the time right off the line.
Hold on.
Huge
Hold on. Wheeler, I need to know you're still alive and in chat because he said that he fell out of his Hyatt fell out of his one.
Go back and look at that Bama game. Because
5 touchdowns. How do you scheme that open?
I was
guess.
hoping Hyatt was going to be the 42. That's why when I said not Hutchinson over Hyatt, I would have taken Hyatt over Elijah Moore.
well, if you want to talk about the locker room
Really?
stuff, I wouldn't take Stephon. Look what he did when they lost in the playoffs.
Well,
he stormed out of the
here's
locker
what I was
room.
going to say. Devontae Adams and A.J. Brown
Don't say it.
are
there's no
on
way.
that they're on that level of like Larry Fitzgerald in my mind.
They're different levels of reliability. I like
Of competition.
Larry was well-rounded, both run blocking and as a
and
receiver.
I'm talking as a person. I'm talking
beloved
as a
by
person.
friend and foe.
Yeah. Who hates Devontae outside of the person that he pushed over going to the locker room?
Oh man, how many? Oh
the
shit!
cameraman that he
Oh,
pushed
that's right. How many cameramen did he push last year? We got to keep a counter on this year
over? one or two, I think.
because he's still in Oakland. I mean, Vegas. God, he should have left.
Oh, speaking of, did
God, he
you
should've
see
left.
that Jimmy G got a $500,000 pass for certain clubs in Vegas for life?
Strip clubs?
Yes.
No wonder
Yes.
nobody does good in Vegas.
And that he will get free dances for life too. Before that,
Listen,
See, I told you Derek was gay.
listen. I'm not going. If I'm going to a strip club in Vegas and I got it for free, listen, I'll give you $20. So,
but I
like,
if you're talking all around and current receivers.
are you still on this? Let's go.
Well, no, because you talked to
only-
Fitzgerald.
it's-
Fitzgerald
it's
would be
only
hands
current.
down.
It's only current.
Right, Fitzgerald like all time obviously would be hands down because again,
I don't know about all time, but
Well,
like,
no, because
in my
of-
mind, I think like when you think receiver
All
and a
time.
guy you're going to build a team around, Fitzgerald will train.
Jerry Rice.
Not only will he train, well,
Well,
but
that's what I'm
did
saying
Jerry
is-
Rice train other receivers, or was Jerry Rice all about Jerry Rice?
You know what? That's a fair statement. Randy Moss.
well, but the reason why I say Fitzgerald is
I
everything he
still
just
got
explained.
Fitzgerald above Randy, but
Are you
like,
serious?
the difference
Well,
between
hold
Damn.
on, is locker room, run blocking, route running,
I guess.
hands.
You know what? I guess I'm just kind of like.
I mean, Larry had 17,492 yards receiving.
well, that doesn't.
I
That's
don't
not
know.
my
On
issue.
1,432
He also
receptions.
played like 17 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
Larry did it.
Oh,
And
let's-
like I
let's
said, he was
look at
beloved
Randy
by
Moss.
friend and foe. Randy played 10
My only issue with Randy, right? Like,
10 years.
I have an issue with, and this is me personally. I don't think this is a
Straight cash,
NFL
homie.
thing. I have an issue with players that just aren't loyal.
98 to 2012, 14 years.
Is
Like-
he not loyal?
Randy Moss was on 5 different teams.
Was it really
Four
five?
different teams.
Minnesota, Oakland, New England. 2010, he was with Minnesota, New England, and Tennessee, and then he finished in 2012 with San Fran.
5 different teams.
He missed. He was in retirement in 2011, so he was in the league for what,
Yeah,
13
so
years.
5 different teams.
Total was 15,200.
How many teams Larry been with?
I mean, what?
How many teams Larry been with?
He's one.
How many
Because he
teams-
believed in them
Best
to get
left
a ring
tackle
there.
in the world.
Listen, Joe Thomas is the best left tackle in the world. Or if you- I mean,
How many
if you-
teams
if-
was he with?
If you want Joe, the one. If you want to go with longevity, I mean, like that's so rare.
Right.
That's why I get it. That's so like in that context, I can understand why you like AJ Brown because it wasn't like he was sitting there bitching about like, listen, I want more money, get me out of here. Blah,
AJ
blah, blah,
was
blah,
happy
blah.
with Tannehill. AJ's happy with Jalen
Man,
Hurts.
which is crazy.
None of these guys are good quarterbacks.
No, what? No, they're not. Jalen
Like,
Hurts
if
is
I'm
not a
AJ,
good
If
quarterback.
I'm AJ, I'd be like, why the didn't you trade me to the Bucks?
Yeah, why didn't you do Tom Brady a favor?
Trade me to Trevor Lawrence. Trade me to Patrick Mahomes.
I mean-
trade me anywhere.
I mean, like, it,
but to the guy that was going to get fired last year.
I look at the AJ Brown situation, and I think to myself, like,
I think we lost wheels.
I think we did.
Yeah, there's no one watching.
Howard.
There's nobody watching.
Yeah,
That sucks. I look at it like,
That's why I'm having fun right now.
why didn't they look at it? Why didn't they have a more serious conversation on like, I want you to be here long term?
That's why he got fired.
It had to have been.
That's why the GM got fired. AJ Brown is the only reason why that GM got fired.
It had to have been.
Because you could have gotten Treylon Burks without trading AJ Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, literally, yes. You could have improved that offense instead of taking a major step back. I mean, just big step back. Oh, okay. Just a big step backwards. To the point of Derrick Henry's on the block now. Oh, we're not shopping.
I see.
We're not shopping.
I think that's more rumors than anything.
Stop.
Mark it right here.
They're shopping Derrick Henry. They should.
Why on earth?
His.
Why on earth?
Got to rebuild.
I'm going to argue this.
Are you looking? He's looking at the wall. He looked at the wall. He can't even look at
to
it
the day
right
I
now.
die.
He's
Okay?
looking at the cameras.
To the day I die.
Look at him.
You do not trade a top 5 running back.
Yes.
I don't care if it is a first overall pick. You do not trade a top 5 running back.
What?
Just to get someone who you know may or may not be as good. As good.
So you would say the same thing with the Browns with Chubb.
That literally is the reason why I'm making the argument I'm making.
What? He's 29, coming off of injuries. You absolutely get what you can for him.
Was Derrick Henry injured last year?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was recovering from that injury.
Yes.
No. He was recovering from a foot injury the year prior.
He got hurt in midseason too. He was out of
What was Derrick Henry's
stats?
stats last year? Come on, give it to me. Because I swear to God, if he had 1,000 yards.
Nobody is denying he's a good player. Nobody's denying he's a great running back, especially right now.
He's never had.
Last year he had 1,538 yards.
Gosh dang, that's so good.
Total yards was 1,930.
How many games you playing?
16.
Gosh
He was
dang.
not injured last year.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
He missed one game.
What do we say about that one game bullshit?
Listen, I know, I agree. You got to give me that.
He wasn't injured last year. He's missed one season.
Well,
And to a broken foot, which isn't even a ligament issue.
Yeah.
It's a 6'4" guy, 240 pounds, might have stepped the wrong way and snapped a foot.
So when you think of Derrick Henry, he does not fit the mold of typical running back. Like, okay, so in a fantasy
he fits
world,
old school running back in my mind.
like Jim Brown.
Ground and pound.
That's such
running
a
back.
What are you doing? What is this?
He has an 89% chance to be injured.
In 2023?
Yes.
Oh shit. According to
That's first off, I love that website.
you know what I do too.
The only reason why they're saying that is because of his age.
His age and his longevity.
Correct.
There ain't no tread left.
Right.
Now
That's the only reason they're saying that.
But
is because eventually you run too long.
But hamstring or whatever. Okay.
but
Fibula fracture and pedal foot fracture.
I would like to know what
It's
that
only been
Hold
one
on.
foot.
I would like to know what that was what that percentage was last year. This time. Now granted we can't see that.
Look at those injuries, right? So bring up Dalvin Cook.
He's 6'2".
Bring up Dalvin Cook.
Oh yeah, Dalvin Cook's
He's 6'4".
Derrick Henry's 6'4"?
Yeah.
I thought he was 6'2".
6'4", 245.
it's a big
He's a
boy.
freaking linebacker.
He is, actually, quite literally. And he's a tall linebacker. Are you bringing him up?
Yeah, take that dead air for a second.
94%.
That's it for Cook? No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
That's his chance of being
One
injured.
leg?
That's his chance of being injured.
God damn.
That's all just in his shoulder.
What?
He's had
That's in his leg. That's his knee.
no.
No, you can't see it.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, because of my camera?
Yeah.
So shoulder labrum tear in 2014.
Oof.
Shoulder labrum
need
tear
that
in
to run.
2016.
Oof.
Shoulder AC joint sprain in 2019. Shoulder dislocation in 2021 and 2022, and a shoulder labrum tear in 2021. That's just shoulder.
Is
Hip.
he, is he
Hold on,
right-handed?
hold on, hold on.
I'm sorry, groin is.
Is he right-handed?
Yeah.
Because he very clearly
groin
leads,
strain grade 2.
You don't have to go through that. You don't have to.
You
Go
know,
through that. They can
he's
see it. They
very
can see it.
clearly leads with his
So
right shoulder, guys.
One other thing. Look up Nick Chubb.
I know. Listen.
Nick Chubb's injured more than Derrick Henry.
No.
Nah.
Yes, he has been.
College, yes.
You know what? No, he has.
He misses almost 4 games every year.
So would you trade Chubb over Henry?
I'm not trading either because the production is always there.
Well, then why would you trade Eckler?
Jeez.
The only reason I would trade Eckler is because of the mentality. He wants out. And a guy that wants out is going to be a cancer in the locker room.
Yeah, OBJ. I get that.
And Landry.
I mean, well, Landry at the end, yeah. I mean, now
when
Diggs.
when Odell left, he's like, something's wrong here. I want out.
Yep.
And I don't know
Diggs.
if it was an AB thing. I don't know if it was an Andrew Berry thing.
I keep getting an ad to try to sign.
It's probably because you've looked at too many kids.
What?
This is your computer.
No,
all I did was look at
That's
Henry.
not what I meant by kids. They're all younger than me. First
All I
off.
looked at was Henry and Cook.
Right, but it's a pay site.
Right.
They probably gave you 2 free views. It's almost like a cheap porn site.
Chance of injury in 2023 is 60%.
Derrick Henry for Nick Chubb,
Yeah.
which is wrong.
Oh, you like this site?
No,
I mean,
again, it's all based on probability and age.
You know why I would
So,
say that's probably close?
Derrick Henry is 3 years older than Nick Chubb.
Dang.
And he probably has a hell of a lot more carries because Chubb's only averaged, what was it?
In the NFL,
16
Chubb only
carries a
had
game.
4 type of injuries.
Say again?
Chubb's only had 4 things, 1 in his chest and then 3 on his right leg.
Which is probably his MC or his ACL.
Leg calf
I think it is.
strain, NCL or MCL
That was
tear,
the
and
MCL
MCL sprain.
And that was the year he missed 6 games. And then the other year he missed 4 games was due to COVID.
Yeah, it was goofy.
Yeah, I mean, and no, don't get me wrong, like, right? So, like, I love both these guys, and I think if you can capitalize on value, you should always capitalize on value because
But,
players only get older.
yes.
But when you're talking about a guy like Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry, who are 12-year players, these are guys that are probably going to play in the NFL for 12 years and produce for 10.
Okay.
You use them their whole shelf life because they will always, even in that final year, let's just say you're at let's just say you're at the bowl. Let's say you're at the bowl and you're on the goal line and you're in a Marshawn Lynch situation.
Calm down, Pete Carroll.
If Derrick Henry is 34 years old with a yard left to go,
You're giving
Do
the
it.
ball.
do you think he's making it?
Yes.
He's giving everything he has
Adrian
to
Peterson.
make it.
I mean, Marshawn should have got that.
Adrian Peterson. That's another good one. Adrian
Yep.
Peterson.
Yeah, AP.
He's given everything he has to make it. Everything. Because, and this was my argument with like quarterbacks that win Super Bowls. There's only 1 out of 32 teams that win a Super Bowl a year. And the NFL has only been, 100 years. Let's just say 100 years. So there's 100 Super Bowl rings. Well, there's not. There's like, what was it, 57?
It started.
Yeah,
No, Super Bowl rings. 57?
It started in 6.
it's 57.
There's 57 Super Bowl rings total. Not World Championships. Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's 57 Super Bowl rings. So there's 57 quarterbacks, or one quarterback has many, that has Super Bowl rings. So not everybody can be a Super Bowl winning guy. That's why the Aaron Rodgers argument annoys the hell out of me.
Oh, hold on. Triggered.
Yeah, 57.
Triggered.
This year was 57,
Yeah.
right?
So the Aaron
50
Rodgers
years.
argument of what? Like what?
He has won Super Bowl.
No. I was just confirming that there was 57.
To me,
I didn't
it's null and void because you can only get to that point once every year. So just because you've been in the league for 18 years doesn't mean you're going to have 5 Super Bowls, even if you're a 10-time MVP.
Yeah, not everybody can
Look
be
at
Tom
Larry
Brady.
Fitzgerald.
Well,
17 years, didn't have one.
Larry?
yeah, because he was
He
loyal.
played 17 years?
Yeah.
Gosh,
Yes.
dang.
Look at Joe Thomas. 12, 13 years. And
You don't have to remind me.
16 years, I'm sorry. 2004 to 2020.
Gosh dang.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. So if it were come down to me, I'll ask you one other question, and we'll move. We'll close out the show.
All right.
If you were to take a guy in this draft,
Oof.
taking all of that in mind that we talked about receivers, who would it be, and who do you think could take an offense to the next level? Now, don't care about the team they're going on. I'm talking about
The overall
player,
most talented player on this team.
locker room, and everything.
Coming out in the draft.
Locker room and everything.
Well, see, now you don't hear about the
You
college
saying
dudes.
wide receiver or
Wide
any-
receiver.
Wide receiver.
Because we're talking about the wide receiver. Now, granted, we kind of went on a tangent about the running backs and quarterbacks really quick, but talking about a wide receiver coming out of the draft, who would you take in this draft who you think is going to take your team to the next level? Because Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson did a freaking great job on those teams last year.
Yeah.
Because with no Michael Thomas, Olave stepped up.
Yes, he did.
And Garrett Wilson just took charge of that offense.
Yes, he did.
With every quarterback, whether it be Daddy White,
Daddy.
Old Flacco, or Mother Lovin' Wilson.
There it is.
Man, I love football.
So,
Man, I love football.
whether it be any of those guys, Garrett Wilson still had over 1,000 yards.
Again, same thing with DJ Moore.
I love DJ because DJ had Sam Darnold 1 and 2.0. You had Baker and PJ Walker. So like, if you can have over 1,000 yards with, first off, I prefer Flacco, Daddy White, and Zach Wilson
he had
over
880.
PJ Darnold and Mayfield.
I'm
I
corrected. He had 888 yards last year.
DJ?
Receiving.
All purpose.
Receiving.
Look at all purpose.
I wonder how many carries he had.
53.
Okay, so not
10
1,000.
rushing, 53 yards.
So not 1,000.
Okay.
All right, but he was close.
Yeah.
But take that back. I apologize. So come out of this draft, and you've evaluated probably 20 receivers.
I looked at a bunch of dudes. And
Ryan loves Nate Dell. Like that's his guy.
He does.
That's
and
his guy.
I don't hate this dude. I don't.
I love that you still have the graphic. Like I just didn't think about it.
I don't dislike this guy, but French me, dude, he is small.
That's a great job, by the way, Johnny. You were on it.
5'8", 165. That is tiny.
He's got 2 inches on me.
That's what she said. That's what she said. He's small, and I can't get past that. I struggle with, like, there's small, and then there's
2 inches.
I do.
What was Wes Welker's height? 5'10"?
I think that's different. His build was different.
Well, that's what Nate Dell.
I wonder why.
I would
5'9", 185.
That's Nate Dell.
No, Nate Dell was 165.
Yeah.
20 pounds is
You're
big.
going to put on 10 pounds. Remember, we had this conversation.
And I would rather have a 6-foot guy at like 180 coming into the league. And to me, that is Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, but Brandon.
And I say that.
So Brandon LaFell, like, was the perfect receiver build.
Yeah.
And he turned out to be like nothing.
Yeah, he was mid at best.
Mid
I
at
agree.
best. He was the average receiver.
He was 6'3", 210.
Wes Welker?
No.
No, Brandon LaFell. He was the guy. Like, you're like, this is the build I want to receive.
I do like that build a lot, actually. Yeah, that's really good.
He went from Carolina to New England to Cincy to Oakland.
Yeah, and he was average. He was average at best. I don't think he might have had 1,000-yard year, and that was when New England signed him.
Nope. He had 953 was his most, and it was his first year in New England.
But that's an average receiver, guys. Like,
Everybody glorifies that fourth digit.
Everybody wants that 1,000-yard receiver. So when you have a team that has 2,000 receivers, that's rare.
It's stupid rare. That is unbelievably rare. And you know what's funny is that happened for the Browns. OBJ's first year here
with Baker
and Landry's second year here. That happened, and people shit on him all the time. The offense sucked. That's unbelievable to do.
I want to go back.
And OBJ did that. He did that in week 18.
You know what we should do one day?
Yakking his guts up on the sideline.
You know what we should do one day?
Gosh dang.
Go back and look at that season and actually rank the defense the way we would rank the defense.
I would do that.
Because to be honest with you, I don't think that defense was ranked like top 10.
That offense
I don't think
wasn't.
They were actually top 10.
Oh, man. No, they weren't.
But so who would you take out of this draft?
Out of this draft, it's B. Smith and Jigba. And he was my one.
It has to be.
Everybody here had Smith and Jigba as our one. And he's 196. That's
hold on. Not even that.
So I'm just evaluating.
I'm just
another
saying.
Way, though.
You have the two.
I agree.
The two wide receivers that you just said from this past year's class.
4.48.
Garrett Olave Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave.
Garrett Olave. I like it.
Garrett Olave. I mean,
who both
Garrett
said
Olave and Jigba Harrison.
They both said Smith and Jigba is better.
Right. And was better than Smith and Jigba was better. Exactly.
When he was there.
Hands down, it has to be this guy.
It is. If you're going to tell me that 2 top 10 guys who produced on offenses as rookies, which is unheard of, it doesn't really happen like
that.
that.
You blow your mind.
No. Blow anything.
I mean, they both said this dude's better. This dude showed it he was better, especially that season. It is this guy.
Based on what we have seen this year in receivers, right?
Yeah.
With Olave and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Based on Njigba production next year and what he's done when both those receivers say he's better.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud is predicted to be the biggest bust in the draft.
Oh, really? By who?
Being a first overall pick.
Just being a
honestly,
first or second overall pick.
That's a lot of stress.
Having
but
3 top 10 receivers
come
out in 2 years, and then
Marvin Harrison's going to be a top 5 pick next year.
To be a number 1.
Yeah.
Right. So
the only way it would work
he's
is
already won, and Egbuka's like 4.
The only way that CJ
saying,
would come in and be good would be if he went to Cincinnati.
CJ's entire career in Ohio State will be with nothing but top 5 receivers.
Well, that's why I'm saying the only way that he would step into the NFL and carry over would be as if he was in Cincinnati.
You know what?
He is looking to be, not saying that he will be. I'm saying based on what you see from the receivers and the running backs, and the offensive line, he is looking to be the biggest bust in the draft.
Yeah. At least his first year.
You should mark that and take that out.
Yeah, you should.
At least his first year.
This would be a good clip, by the way. Do you believe that? Watching him, what now? Watching him throw, watching him throw.
Justin Herbert combine, so no.
Watching him work through his progressions, because he actually worked through progressions. Watch him work in the pocket. Watch him step into his throws. Now he did have bad games
Under pressure.
but when it mattered, he showed up.
No.
No.
When it mattered in the
Clemson.
final game of
Georgia.
the season.
Or, I'm sorry, yes.
When it mattered in the final game of the season.
He showed up. Yeah.
But what about the rest of the year? What about Michigan?
Yeah. Okay, that was a bad game.
We don't say that state up north.
No, we don't say the Wolverines. Damn it, made me say it. What about that game? You had Harrison. You had Abuike.
Yes, you did. Is it Egbuke or Egbuka?
You can say what you want. It's EMB.
Whatever. He had
Which one
Stover.
was the one that Harrison got hurt?
That was Georgia game.
Okay.
That was the last game of the year.
Okay.
Now I will say,
On New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I will
At,
say,
at the ball drop.
because we were supposed to do D tackles.
That was so
today.
stressful.
And I watched the Ohio State game, the Ohio State Michigan game, and I really like Mozzie Smith.
I love Mozzie Smith.
Like Mozzie Smith
is he doesn't
is-
get to the quarterback. He's a run stopper.
That's fine, because Mozzie Smith is like my.
No, let's not get into this
Yes.
today.
All right. Yeah.
Because we
Anyway.
we have Siaki Ika is up there for me too.
I wanna. We can talk about.
He's a
that.
big body.
He is. But so okay. So you don't think it's Smith and Jigba?
We're gonna well. No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
But I understand that because
But I wanted to say that we went over receivers, right?
Gosh,
we went over
dang.
what makes the best receiver, and then we went over the receivers in the NFL and the rookies that came in, and we went over their stats, and we went over.
I wish Wheeler was still here.
The C.J. Stroud argument.
The biggest impact on their team.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Well, but like Steven
Because
said,
this
is
class,
because-
after watching the film, it's
in Jigba.
in Jigba.
It's in Jigba,
Well,
and you
but-
know what's funny is Hyatt might be underrated.
He is underrated.
And
Well, like you said before, for NFL wide receivers, and you're saying a big category is their presence on coaching and just their locker room.
off the
but-
field and on the field do matter both.
But again,
Yes.
you don't know with college because
like
they're
another
still developing.
Another guy that I would put up
maturity.
there that nobody talks about and just signed with the team is Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen was quiet and always produced. No.
But
I'm saying
always. He did.
quiet
He was.
and
He was.
always produced.
Now you watch him
That's
when
a
he,
slot
when
guy,
he was
too.
30,
But he's
31.
fast.
He's not that. He's not as fast as we think.
4.54.
He's good. he's a great route runner.
6'2", 200.
What's his 40 time? Is it better than Cooper Kupp's?
It's probably 4.6 is shitty.
He's only had 2,000 yard seasons.
Doesn't matter. He's
Yeah.
a red zone monster.
Oh, he's a big target. He's a big target.
So the past 3 years that's pretty much. Well, so rookie year was 1 touchdown. Second year was 0. 5, 4, 9, 6, 14, 10, 6.
So he was utilized differently further in his career.
Yep.
So that's
That's the reason why I asked about the rookies coming into this draft, right? Like,
It was after Stefanski left. Damn it.
so like I wish Ryan was here because
I do
would it
too.
be Nate Dell?
I mean, I like Tank.
Because
though.
do you
I
take the
watched his
slot
stuff.
receiver? Do you take the slot receiver or do you take Njigba? Who's the X?
And Jigba can play. He can play slot though. That's his ability to do both is big. Because now is Olave playing slot? I think he is. Is
They might draft both.
Is Garrett Wilson playing slot? I think he
Can you imagine
is.
if the Saints get both? Olave and
Smith.
Smith. Damn. Njigba. All right, so that'll be it for today. Johnny, give me your takeaways for today. We'll do a quick close.
Look at that
Have a
Mike.
blessed day. It's hump day. Let's get through the
Hump
rest of the
it
work
up.
week and enjoy the weekend.
Mike.
All right,
one.
how about you,
Yeah.
Steve? Welcome back. Welcome to not being sick anymore.
Hi.
And
That's allegedly.
give us your takeaways.
God bless you guys. Thank you for being here. If you're still here, I know you're not here, but anyway, this was a good conversation. You guys like the show? Like the video? Subscribe. Talk to us. Our Twitters are constantly scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Shout out. Tell me you hate me. We'll have a good laugh about it. I hate myself.
Hey, that was
It's good.
very intelligent of you, by the way.
It's gonna be a smart time. Who?
He put wide receivers at the bottom.
There you go. Love that.
I like that.
Anyway, thank you guys for being here. We love you. We'll see you again Sunday where we talk about.
But hey, thanks.
We doing edges or T tackles?
We'll figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. We love you.
And we might change things up this weekend.
Probably will.
So hey, just give which camera are you going to for me?
Sure.
You have me on 2. Okay, that's this way. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful week. I just want to let you guys know that we might kind of do this on Wednesdays. We might do a little bit of debate topic. If you have something you want us to hear, tweet at us, right? At the Deep Threats, if you can tweet at us, let us know a debate topic we'll go over, and we will make sure that we have the stats. We'll make sure that we're in line with everything. And I would love to hear you guys in chat. So if you can do that, let us know. But that being said, I think we're going to just close this one up for today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will see you Sunday morning again at 8 a.m., and please come and chime in. I don't know if we're going to go over defense or if we're going to try to stretch this one a little longer before the draft, because I think I got a couple debate topics I want to go over before we do that. Okay. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day, and peace out.
Love you guys. Bye.